Good? Oh no.
Are you okay?
I'm gonna hold it together. Yep. My God, you look incredible.
When they said butter.
Just like in any great love story, there have been numerous moments in this relationship that have acted as a roadmap towards our final destination here today. After meeting for the first time in January of 2018, Davis and Dani have passed many of these landmarks along the way. From their first date in Mar Vista, to their first kiss in front of a Kaiser Permanente, to their third date, which was actually a weekend-long trip to Las Vegas. It was on that first long drive up to Vegas that Davis aced Dani's Parks and Rec trivia quiz. About 9 months into dating, and only 3 months into officially being a couple, Dani joined Davis for a trip to the Austin City Limits Music Festival. About a day into the trip, poor Davis here was struck down with a bad case of food poisoning. For all of you Parks and Rec fans out there, this was definitely a mini calzones type of situation. Now, for those of you who do know Dani, you know that she is, let's just politely say, apprehensive with anything regarding germs, let alone projectile bodily fluids. And yet, in this moment, none of that anxiety mattered anymore. Only Davis did. She stayed by his side the entire time, no longer worried about her own well-being, now solely focused on his.
Another coffee stain left on my bed.
My sweet Davis. Around 4 years ago, we met up for a Hinge date. At the time, I was going on my fair share of dating app dates, but we had an instant connection that I knew was special that I'll never forget. It was just so effortless and easy right away, so much so that we went from one bar to the next, talking for hours, and even ended up taking a trip for our third date. From the moment I met you, a second hasn't gone by where I wasn't thinking about you. I just found everything about you so sweet. From the way you would get goosebumps every time you heard a song that you liked, to how you would check the Furbo dog camera to re-watch your own reactions to Dodger home runs. I promise to continue to invest in each other's passions, whether that's rooting for the Rams, Raiders, Ducks, Dodgers, and Lakers, or going to a Taylor Swift concert. I promise to continue to love the man you become just as much as I love the one standing in front of me today. I truly don't know what I would do without you, and I'm unwilling to find out. You're the love of my life, and we have the kind of love I thought only existed in our favorite shows. You're the Ben to my Leslie, the Jim to my Pam, the Patrick to my David, the Nick to my Jess, the Andy to my April, the Phil to my Claire, and everything in between. I get to experience our real-life love story every day with you, and I love it more than all of those combined. I can't wait for what the future holds for us. I love you forever.
How I look?
Amazing.
Perfect.
You look amazing.
Thank you.
I love you.
I love you. Dani, from the moment that we first met, I knew there was something special about you. At the time, I wasn't quite sure if it was your gorgeous blue eyes, your cute giggle, or your infectious smile. After a few months, a spontaneous third date to Vegas, and an unforgettable ACL experience, I realized that what I was drawn to the most was the way that you love and care for the people in your life. You're truly everything I've ever wanted in this world. As we continue to build our life together, I promise to be there for you whenever you're in need. No matter what we face in life, you'll always have me by your side. You always find a way to keep me laughing and smiling no matter what's going on in my life, and you're always there to pick me up after a gut-wrenching Oregon loss, which happens far too often. I promise to be your best friend. We've been together for 4 years, 2 of which have been through this pandemic where we spent pretty much every waking second together. The fact that every day I wake up and I continue to want to do the same tells me everything I need to know about our future. Lastly, I promise to always love you. Falling in love with you has been the easiest thing I've ever done. I know that I'm generally a pretty happy guy, but there's no doubt that being with you is maybe the happiest I've ever been, and I can't wait to spend the rest of my life with you. I love you and I like you.
Hi, David.
Hi.
Are you nervous?
A little bit.
I'm sorry I've shown you my dark when all I want is love.
My God, you look
I guess
incredible.
I can't help what I feel, how I think
Yes, I am. Good job, David. Oh my God. You are incredible. Oh my God. I get to marry you? I love you.
When I was young, I swore my heart would find me someday. Then the world taught me to believe that love is just something you say. Why does the bluebird fly on her own? Everyone tells her it's time to come home. She doesn't listen, no, she doesn't care. Hurts so good, almost like the taste of love. Bittersweet on my tongue. Walk through fire and feel no pain. All is lost, all is known. All is lost and all is known. Why does the bluebird fly
Away. Mazel tov! And now I am overjoyed to have the honor to pronounce you husband and wife. Davis, you may kiss your bride.
Oh, little bluebird fly on your own. Everyone tells her it's time to come home. She doesn't listen, no, she doesn't care.
Hey everybody, thanks for being here tonight. It really means a lot. If you don't know me, my name is Brooks. I'm Davis's older brother. Now when Dee asked me to be his best man, 3 things came to mind. 1, I'm incredibly honored that he would ask me to do this. 2, I really hope they're having a wedding with no speeches. And 3, I really hope he picks something comfortable for the groomsmen to wear. So today I stand in front of you giving a speech in a tuxedo, but still incredibly honored to be here.
I don't even like cherries or coffee with cream.
Now, the one thing that I've never been able to compete with is Davis's energy level. Now, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but the guy bounces off the walls. I'm really proud of the person Davis has become. He's successful, smart, funny, outgoing. He's inclusive and loving. I think everybody knows that. He's a genuinely good person that I love to be around, and I'm thankful to be able to call him my brother.
Davis, I knew you would fit right into our family when you were okay with going to Sharky's with me every single time I came home. You've been so fun and welcoming me from the second I met you, and genuinely changed my life when you introduced me to the breakfast burrito. On a more serious note, you are a fantastic addition to our family, and I am so happy to now have a brother and a C-star.
Since Alyssa and I know how much time, care, and love goes into raising kids who never stop making us proud, we appreciate Mary Liz, Steve, Brooks, and Lacey for the years of shaping Davis into the remarkable man he has become. If Alyssa and I had raised a son, Davis is exactly how we'd hope he'd turn out. Davis has a never-ending gift of spreading his positivity about almost anything to all who know him. He combines that with tireless determination. He already won 2 Emmys in his 20s, competitiveness, and I speak from personal experience, it's almost impossible to beat him on the Peloton leaderboard.
Like it was in 1993, oh honey. Remembering the way we fell asleep so easy. Now I don't wanna wake up, so tell me what we're here for, honey. And take me back to how it used to be.
Davis, we love you. And now Kenny finally has a son to watch and talk sports with. Thank you, Kenny, for being the best girl dad and giving our daughters the confidence to be strong women by teaching them to be unafraid, showing them how to love unconditionally, and encouraging them to show the world how capable they are.
When I see the happiness in your eyes when you gaze at each other, I remember about 30 years ago when Alyssa and I had that same look. Alyssa, I love you today, even more than I did on our wedding day.
It should not come as a surprise to anyone here when I say I love my sister very much. From the time I was very little, I wanted to copy everything my older sister did. If Dani had a shirt, I needed to have that shirt. If Dani had like a specific toy, I had to have that toy and play with it as well. When we were really little, this used to piss my sister off. Luckily, I kept copying everything she did as we got older and made some of the best memories of my life going to camp with her and going to UW-Madison with her. As I got older, I realized I wasn't just copying Dani, but that Dani is truly my role model. Dani is confident, extremely passionate, and would do anything for those she loves.
Okay, Dani, now this is gonna be hard. Okay, when you came into my life, you made me a mom. Now I stand here seeing a beautiful, smart, happy woman, all grown up, starting her journey with Davis. I sometimes see the little girl who was equally happy playing with dolls as sinking a three-pointer.
When I think about what I've always wanted for Davis, it was for him to be with someone who would see him the same way I do. That someone who would not only see but honor his kind and gentle soul. Someone who would innately understand that as much as Davis constantly gives, he also needs to be given to. Someone who would be as fiercely loyal to Davis as he is to them, and someone who is as enthusiastic about not only life, but about board games. He has found all of those things in Dani. They literally fit together perfectly and are best friends.
Dani was a focused competitor on the basketball court and soccer fields. She made my job as her coach so easy. She always tried to be the best when her best was needed. With grace and humility, Dani never felt the urge to trash talk or chest pound. Instead, she simply walked the walk. What more could parents ask for? Knowing their daughter will be showered with ongoing love, support, respect, and happiness from the teammate she chose to go on life's journeys with.